Well, hello, welcome to Tarot to a T, and welcome to September. This reading will be for the sign of Libra. Again, we're looking at September 2023, and this will be a general inquiry, so if it doesn't fit your situation, after a few minutes, if you want to click off the video and come back and join me for the next one, that's perfectly okay, Libra. We never want to make it fit because it will just lead you down the wrong path, honestly. Okay, because every general reading can't apply to everyone. I mean, parts of it might, but yeah, it's better not to do that. Anyway, if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you found me, and if you are coming back, glad to see you again. Especially if you're a subscriber and helping and supporting the channel that way. I really truly appreciate your support. And I don't always say it. I'm really not good at saying it every single time, but it's the truth. I really deeply appreciate your support. It keeps me going. Every time I see more subscribers sign up, it inspires me to keep going and to keep improving on my craft. We're almost there. We did get a message come out here nice and smoothly for you, Libra. You might not have too much drama going on, which would be nice, huh? We'll see, though. Let me try. We're going to jump right into it. Three of Spades. That's drama. Just kidding. It kind of is. The Four of Clubs. Nine of Hearts. And the Ten of Diamonds. This is all actually very nice, except you're stressed out about something here. Yeah, you're stressed out, you're worried about something. I don't know why, because you've got some great cards here otherwise. You got a very, very supportive home life at the moment. Things are very balanced. You're not having any trouble supporting yourself, keeping yourself fed, or your family, whatever the situation may be. And you've got a recent wish fulfillment. May have something to do with this Ten of Diamonds, which is prosperity and success. Maybe you reach some kind of financial goal. Perhaps in an employment situation, or just in general, like you've been, for example, I'm not sure if this is going to apply to you, but perhaps you've had a goal to pay off some debt. Maybe you've reached that goal. And as a result, you've become more prosperous, right? Because that money you're making is not going into the bank or the credit, the lending institution that you've been a slave to, and I can relate to that myself. I'm not sure why you'd be stressed, so let's go ahead and keep turning out cards. Okay, there could be some trouble there. The Eight of Spades, Ace of Spades, and the Jack of Hearts. Two of Diamonds, and the Nine of Clubs. Again, you have very positive cards here in terms of finance. You have balance and harmony in your financial situation, especially if you're involved with somebody. But if you're not, it doesn't mean it's any less important here. This is just highlighting that financially you're looking really good. And you might have had a recent, again, some kind of achievement. I see that tied in with that Nine of Hearts and the wish fulfillment. Something very satisfactory has come to a completion with the nines here, and the 10 denotes, I didn't mention that the 10 denotes the wrapping up of a cycle, so it's like now you're ready to move on to the next thing, metaphorically. Maybe not, you're not making any changes, but as far as your soul's growth, for example, you're ready to move on, which is always good. Now with this, we have the Tower, that's the Ace of Spades, and the Jack of Hearts. It looks to me like you are... Okay, you might be involved with a younger water sign here. And the Tower energy around this water sign could be that you had some kind of shake-up. So we're looking at a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Again, they could be younger than you or less experienced than you in some way. Maybe they're a sibling. They could be a child. I'm also picking up that. This doesn't have to be romantic. You know, like I said, take it how it fits your situation. You had something upsetting here, though, happen. The Tower is when the structure, the foundation that that is there, well, let me take that back. The structure has to be rebuilt. The foundation still might be there. So that's why these kinds of relationships can really be any type of relationship, right? Because we build relationships with other people, even if they're not romantic. We can build very complex and fulfilling relationships without them being romantic, right? I'm not picking up anything else on that except, like I said, this is water energy. There's also an element with the Jack of Hearts of vulnerability, like, but I'm not feeling this. That's the way the reading's going, so I'm not even going to mention that. In other words, that could apply to you, feeling vulnerable, but I don't think so. I think you had a shake-up with a water sign. We'll leave it at that. It may be somebody at work. Okay, this is about stress and pressure going on at work. It could be that you have, happens a lot these days, you have a supervisor who's younger than you, or that you see as not as competent. We'll just leave that in the video here. We won't talk about that otherwise, but somebody you have to respect, but you don't see as being very experienced. Maybe that you don't think they're very good at their job. Whatever the case, there's something here about needing to relieve pressure around work. Maybe you need to ask to be moved to another department or go for an internal position to relieve that pressure. I'm not sure. But it does talk about having a problem with somebody at work. That can be included in this stress and worry. Stress and worry. Again, I think this is where it all stems from. There's something going on in your employment situation, be it working for someone else or working for yourself. So let's go ahead and ask for more cards. What else can you tell me? Oh, okay, there's some kind of major completion here. Maybe this falling out you feel like is, how should I say, irreparable? I'm hearing irreparable. Like it can't be repaired. Again, a major cycle has ended. Maybe this is somebody that something has been brewing for a long time and it's come to a head with the Ten of Spades. Because that's pretty dark energy. That's like something major has changed. I mean, that's like a dissolving of a marriage, somebody passing away, something like happening on that kind of level. And I don't think that person's passed away, but it may certainly feel like you have burned a bridge or they burned a bridge with you and the bridge can't be rebuilt. And it's upsetting to you in some way because there's a lot of emotion wrapped up with that Ten of Spades. A lot of sorrow, despair. Let's see what else is going on in this situation. Four of Hearts. We're back to the light energy. And this talks about support and people who care about you around your home. So you've got support at home. And we saw with the Four of Clubs that your home life is very secure. Like materially and in general. You're not like having to move or having problems paying your bills or buying groceries. But you've also got that love and support there. I wonder why it would be emphasizing that. What else can you tell me about Libra's situation for September 2023? Oh, okay. Seven of Clubs. Well, you bounced, I think you bounced back into this pressure and this stress here because this is about feeling trapped. I don't think you're feeling trapped in your home situation. That's actually a very good situation from what I can tell. Unless the family life is making you feel trapped? Like maybe you were meant for something else? Hold on one second. I'm going to pause the video because the dog is barking. And that's a puppy I have, so he may need to go out. I'll be right back. Hey, Libra, I'm back. No, he didn't need to go out, but he wanted to go out and bark, so I'll let him have it so he won't disturb us again. Like I said, you may be feeling trapped. I mean, I just can't imagine you feeling trapped in your home situation. It looks absolutely fantastic with the Four of Hearts, the Four of Clubs. and having some kind of wish fulfillment and succeeding in some way financially, like you've met some financial goal. I just can't imagine. I feel like this is talking about the works. Maybe you don't know what to do. Yeah, that could be what it is. That's what it is. So, yeah, the call of action here with the Eight of Spades is always about relieving that stress and pressure around a work situation. I think it's a conflict with a younger water sign, or somebody you perceive that way if you don't know their birth date. And you don't know what to do. I think that's why you're feeling trapped here. But it's pretty serious. Again, I'm not making light of this at all. It's pretty serious for some reason. I mean, maybe you were dating somebody at work and it went bad. That's a horrible scenario. I've never been in that situation myself, but I've heard horror stories about how awkward that can be, right? Anyway, any more information here to come out about Libra? Another Tower card. So I'm using 2 decks now, if you haven't noticed. And I feel like this gives us more information. You can see it's emphasizing this Tower. We have an emphasis on the Tower and that you need a new start. So look at it that way as well. Towers, yeah, they can be scary and all that. And they carry a lot of weight, but it's also that new start energy. If you're feeling trapped in the work situation, you don't feel like you can walk away, for example, because I don't see you walking away here. It's about a new start in some other sense. Like I said, if there's any way you can change your job position or department so that you don't... I'm not going to say to avoid this person, but if that makes it easier, like if you're not working directly with them. Because I think over here, obviously, you were working close enough with them to have this Tower moment. I'm going to ask for another card before we move on to advice, though. Advice is definitely going to be needed in this situation, huh? For sure. 6 of Spades. This is meant to happen. This is... Oh, okay. So there's like a soul contract with this person. So what that tells me is this, again, was meant to unfold the way it has. And you were meant to learn something from it. So you would know the nature of this relationship and perhaps what some of those lessons may be. But you got to recognize it for what it is, right? This isn't like a random thing. This has come your way and it's going to just scoot out of your life. This, obviously with that 10 of Spades, it's much more impactful than what's being revealed here. Except through the 10 of Spades, it does tell me it's impactful, but it's not telling me the particulars. So just recognize that this is on your soul's path to go through this experience in whatever manner that may be. Sorry to give you bad news, but okay, let's go ahead and look at advice and see if we can come up with an action plan for you here, Libra. Ace of Diamonds, okay, that talks about movement. The 9 of Diamonds again. We did have that come out earlier, didn't we? No, we had the 10 of Diamonds, I thought. And this just popped out while I was doing that mess. Okay, the Ace of Hearts. Okay, and the Queen of Spades. Oh yeah, you may or may not like what I'm about to say, but first of all, it is talking about new ways of earning income. Now, that again, that doesn't mean you need to quit your job and leave. I don't think that's ever the ideal approach anyway. I mean, to leave a situation that you know is not going to get any better, and let's say this person is a supervisor, then maybe you would have to actually leave the job, even if you liked it, because it's never going to change. You don't have any power. But let's say this is just a coworker, okay? New ways of earning income does not necessarily mean leaving the job. It could mean, again, switching departments, asking to move into a different position, a different role. Even if it's not like a pay bump, I think many times organizations are, I'm going to say in my experience, organizations are open to moving you into a new role, especially if you're not asking for a raise. So it may be just a case of that, but there is, again, a new start energy around the Ace of Diamonds, obviously. And you got the two towers that talking about you need a new start, a new approach. That's what I'm hearing, a new approach. And over here you have another ace. Ace of Hearts. This is about following your intuition, your gut instinct, your true desires here. Now, it's not always your passion and what would make you happy. It's deeper than that. It's not that superficial. It's more about following your gut instincts, because that's going to lead to the greatest fulfillment, even if you don't think so. Like, it may not be obvious to you on the surface how that's going to fulfill you, like what your gut is telling you. I hope that makes sense. But that's the advice we're getting very strongly here. And then the Nine of Diamonds. Remember the accomplishment here. This has allowed you, whatever position you're in, has allowed you to take greater financial responsibility. And again, there is an air of completion here. If you're not leaving your job, you have completed some kind of role at least. You need to move into a different position, a different role. So take that how it fits your situation. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to sound like I'm giving you concrete directions to do this. This is about you taking the information here and seeing what can be done and using it as a guide, right? Tarot is a tool. It is not a direct set of instructions. That's what I'm trying to say. But here's the part that you may not like. This is air energy. This is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. But this is you. And the thing about this, Queen of Spades, if you've been with me before, she is very reserved and she holds back. And she does not tell people what's on her mind or what she's thinking or feeling. So people may not trust her. Yeah, because she's got a little bit of air of, it's none of your business what I feel or think. You know? So it kind of puts people off. But this is your advice. I think you need to keep it on the down low. You need to go inside and observe. You know, observe what happens. Again, this is kind of a direction towards meditating and being more inward focused. I think I mentioned that earlier, and that's about following your gut instinct, right? Like I said, you may not want to hear that you just need to keep quiet, but if I was going to say it bluntly, that's what it means. Keep quiet. Keep to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Don't express. Maybe what you're going through right now is not appropriate to express anyway. There may be too much anger and frustration around it that you want to express it constructively. Yeah. With the Six of Hearts, it tells me if you follow this path, finding out a new solution, starting over from someplace, following your gut, being more inwardly focused. And I'm going to say the last reading I did, it was Gemini, kind of had the same message about taking time to meditate and listening to that quiet voice. It's going to lead you to these new opportunities, and doors are going to open for you to meet people significant who are going to make an impact in your life in a positive way, probably. Six of Hearts is always about those positive interactions and connections. But see, this is whatever lesson you're meant to go through, this is going to open doors to meet those other important people. So let's keep going. Yeah, we have no choice but to keep going. At least not while we're here. That's what we have to do. At least while we're here. Not while. You know what I mean. Anyway. King of Hearts, yes. And this is going to lead to greater emotional fulfillment and control over your emotional state. Not that you're out of control, Libra. I would never, ever imply you're not in control of your emotions. But see, in the King position, this is much better than perhaps being a Jack. And I don't think that's you, but this is an example. King has got great power and discernment. And they have true authority. They are kind of the last word. Right? The firm control here, but also very loving and generous and kind and emotional. and nurturing in their own way. Again, that's very strong water energy. But I think that's all about you. It's not about that other person. Okay. Any more cards of advice for Libra? Usually there's another one. There it is. Two of Diamonds. Okay. We had this come up again up here. Two of Diamonds is a focus on your stability around your abundance. I guess it's not a bad thing to focus on. I believe the advice is pointing in that direction. To focus on this balance you have and your financial stability. Perhaps this will serve as a distraction, a healthy distraction. This is also indicating, again, if you're in a relationship, that the relationship is very financially balanced. You have a very good relationship with your partner. Financially, they're doing well, you're doing well, and you're doing well together as a couple. But if you're not coupled up, no worries there. It's still about focusing on the balance that you have there, because perhaps in the past it wasn't always the case. That just kind of implies that to me. And the Eight of Diamonds does tell me, again, here's that individual concerted effort to improve your finances in some way that you're initiating. Again, this is the entrepreneurial card, but I'm not necessarily looking at Libras who are starting a business, and it's not necessarily saying you need to start a business, but if you're so inclined, then maybe it is. I'll just put it that way. It does tell me that hard work and energy and effort put into this endeavor is going to pay off, whatever it may be, but I still see it connected with that Ace of Diamonds. And starting a new way of earning income, or at least changing the way you make money, okay? Like I said, if you just want to go to another department, that doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a raise. And that's kind of implied there with the Ace of Diamonds and the Eight of Diamonds. If you're not the entrepreneurial type, you're just going to put yourself in a different position and keep going. And that will relieve the stress around this work situation. I think this is a pretty concise reading. I don't always get them this clear. But if you stay kind of tight-lipped for now, keep those emotions under wraps, or those feelings or thoughts or whatever, it's going to put you here. Strangely enough, we're not always encouraged to keep emotions inside, but I think in this case it's best to do that, because we need to have a degree of control around our work situation. It's never good to be too emotional in the workplace, you know. That can have very detrimental effects. So I'm going to end it there. It's pretty clear. You got a lot of aces out here. You have opportunities for a brand new start, at least in some sense of how you approach what's been going on here. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the reading, Libra. I hope it gave you some insight. If you wouldn't mind, please give me a thumbs up to indicate you liked the video. Also subscribe if you have not. It really helps my channel, or any channel, not just my channel, but any channel out when you do that, okay? We truly, really deeply appreciate it, and it's free. It's free. Okay. Enough said. I look forward to seeing you again. Take care until I do.